Welcome to Maker Monday. Today we're going to be doing some weaving. So the history of weaving can be traced all the way back to the Neolithic period. So weaving was traditionally used to make things like shelters and baskets. If we think about weaving in nature, we can think of things like birds' nests, spider webs, or even coconut leaf sheaths. Weaving is a fantastic project for fine motor skills as it helps develop hand-eye coordination as well as concentration. One of the things that I love about weaving is that you only need a few basic materials. Today we're going to be using our cup as our frame, some paddle pop sticks. These are going to be used as our warp. So basically the warp is something that runs up and down. And then we're going to be using some yarn. So our yarn is what we call our weft, and our weft is what we're going to wrap over and under the warp, which is our popsicle stick, to make our pattern. Okay, so I've got my basic materials here today. I've got my glue and I've got some scissors. I've also got a cup, which is going to be our frame. I've got some paddle pop sticks. They're going to be our warp. And I've got lots of yarn, which is going to be our weft. So what we need to do first is we need to cut our cup so that our popsicle sticks line up with the bottom, but they need to stick up a little bit from the top. So I've already cut my cup here, so I've got an example. So I've cut it maybe about halfway down. So when I glue my popsicle stick on, we've got plenty of room up this way to do our weaving. So the next thing that we need to do is we need to get our glue, and we need to glue all of our warp pieces around the cup. So I've done one earlier because gluing can take a little while, so I thought I better prepare one. So here's what I've done. So I've got my cup, I've got my sticks, and I just glue them all the way around. Doesn't matter if they're even or if the gaps are a bit different, just as long as they're all standing up like this. Okay, so we're ready to start our weaving. So I've got my weft here, which is my yarn. So I think I might start with the green colour. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to find the end piece of my yarn, and I need to just select one of the warp pieces. Oops, I'll just turn that around there for you. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tie it in a knot. You don't have to be super neat. The beauty about weaving is that it's such a natural craft. So it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. So I've got my piece of yarn. I've tied it around one of the popsicle sticks. Now the next bit is we just need to weave over and under the whole way around. So I'll get started. So over and under. Just like this. And we keep going around and around the circle. So I'm just going over. Doesn't matter if your popsicle sticks move a little bit. Just go over and under until we get the whole way around. So hopefully you can see that we're going to start making a bit of a pattern. So we've gotten to the start again, and this one, as you can see, we're just going to go back again. So go over, and so where we went over this one, we're going to go underneath it. Now this one has it going under, so we're going to go over. So can you see we're doing the opposite now? So this is how we're making our pattern. Oops, I've made a bit of a mistake. That doesn't matter. We'll just wrap him around and we'll keep going. So if you make a little mistake with the pattern, you don't need to worry because you can just keep weaving. So we're going to keep doing that, keep going around, and basically what you can do is go round with the green, then you can swap to a different colour and another colour, and you can do as many layers as you like. Okay, so I've done one earlier. It does take a little while to go over and under, round and round, but you can see here I started with the pink, then I went to orange, yellow and green. You can make your weaving as thick as you like or as thin as you like. It's completely up to you. I hope you've had some fun doing some weaving with us today. As I said earlier, weaving is great because you can use any kind of materials that you like. So today we use popsicle sticks and yarn. I've also done one using some straws and some ribbon. And I did one even using some found objects in the garden. So I used some sticks and some twine. So why don't you try and see what you can come up with, and we'll see you next Monday.